So on Thursday, February 13th at 10:48 a.m., I recorded a video that I'm going to put on here at this very same spot. And it kind of shook me up. Yeah, it shook me up, and I didn't know what to do with it initially. And I shared it with some close friends in a message, and I shared it with my pastor, and I was encouraged to post this. I had some mixed reviews. Some people said, well, just don't post it because you don't know if people are going to even listen to it. And you know what? It's like, 4 or 5 months later, and it's come on me heavy, really heavy right now. And what's heavy is that with all the things that are happening in the world right now, it's more intense, it seems. And I do feel like time is speeding up. I feel like we're running out of time. I know this sounds fearful, and I don't mean it to be, but I'm 48 now, and I can blank like this, and I remember I was 20. And so regardless of how you feel in relation to when Jesus is coming back, and maybe you don't even believe that, that's totally fine if you don't believe that. But if it's true, which I do believe it is true, truth is going to win out the day. And ever since I was in high school, I've had people who have come against me when I speak things like this. And I'm just at this point where, you know what, I don't really care. I don't care if people feel whatever they feel when I say this. And I'm saying it because I don't want to have not said it. That if you don't know Jesus, if you don't have a relationship with him, don't wait. Don't wait. Today's the day. Turn your heart to him. It starts with a confession. And this is the video I want to share. And I'll show the timestamp so that you can see. This was in February. Why I waited to now? I'm just saying, let's just say I've seen some things recently in the past couple days, and especially today, that just got me to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna release that video. I'm gonna share it, and because I wouldn't want anyone to go into eternity, or let's say Jesus does come back today. I would want them to see this. I would want them to know that there is grace and there is mercy, but there's a window. There's a window of time, and today is the day for that. So, God bless you. Okay, so this was a dream I had last night, and I'm just going to tell you exactly what I felt, what I saw, and what I sense is the first initial reaction from the Holy Spirit, to what this really was. And so it was about 10:30 last night, February 12th, and I was just passing into sleep, and I was taken by what I was seeing. It almost arrested me. My eyes were closed. I felt like I slipped between, when you fall asleep and then into dreaming. But it was so profound. I was seeing images of large, shining men on horses crossing my path. It was like an open expanse. Imagine 2 or 3 football fields. That's how big it was. And I was seeing lines of robed angels. Maybe they were people. They looked like people, and they had long horns, like the really long, like announcing kind of horns, but they were kind of stable. But then I saw a lot of activity around them of what seemed to be like scurrying beings. When I say scurry, they were like moving towards a destination. Almost what I could compare it to would be trying to find formation, or not, looking for their spot to get in a formation of some sort. And it was very brief, but it was very clear that it was a myriad. I'm talking like a myriad of host people, and I did notice they were different races, nationalities, different kinds. They weren't all like the same, and so it was so brief, but yet so vivid. I didn't see colors. It was almost as if I was seeing this happen, as if the stars were, it was more of like a black screen, and it's hard to describe, like tiny little crystalline star-like outlines were outlining all of these images. Almost like a negative on a photo. It was weird. But it was all the images were very clear. And I woke up and I said, wait a minute. I told my wife, I was like, I think I just saw heaven getting ready. Like, that was just the first thing that came to my mind. Getting ready? I'm not sure. But as we know, as believers, we know Jesus is coming. And it just set my mind and heart in a place where, okay, all right, let's get ready. So I had to share it and pass it on if you feel like this is important for you to share with someone else. But honestly, I just wanted to make sure that I shared it with my friends.